is the ultimate travel guide from the people who know it best. Weekends with Yankee.
Here we are at Fenway Park, home of the Boston Red Sox. For more than a century, this has been the epicenter of baseball in New England. But as a food neighborhood, it's been pretty limited to beer and hot dogs. But that has changed dramatically in the past 10 years. And today we're going to meet the woman who's done the most to turn this neighborhood into a culinary destination. You'll know her as Chef Tiffani Faison. Hi, Amy. Hey, how are you?
I'm so good.
It's
Welcome.
so good to see you.
So good to see you. How have you been?
I've been good.
Good.
So this is amazing.
Welcome to Tenderonis.
I'm getting like a roller disco kind of youth.
That's the vibe.
Okay.
That's definitely the vibe. Having fun and continuing to have fun.
Right.
We want the guests to always focus on having a good time and
Right.
having a really enjoyable kind of like irreverent experience.
Yeah.
So I wanted to build a room that really captured that. And our neighborhood continues to change, and I want to be able to kind of speak to the fact that we haven't been out and exuberant and having fun together for a long time. And also the neighborhood is changing. It was like gas stations and liquor stores and gay bars.
Right. But now you've got sort of the spirit, like this restaurant yesterday had an amazing drag brunch.
That's all of my restaurants in some way or another are always
Right.
going to nod to our LGBTQ community. I
Right.
want it to always feel like a space where everyone belongs.
Right.
So, and I want there to be like little cues and little
Yeah.
notes inside the restaurant that feel like an invitation to people in my community.
That's so great. Did it choose you or did you choose Fenway?
So I walked into the space that's now Sweet Cheeks, and it
Right.
just kind of came over me like a wave, and I thought, oh, you're an idiot if you don't do this right now.
Wow. I love it. Your first baby.
First baby, yeah.
This is so great. And
Yeah.
it smells like smoke.
Yeah.
And the biscuits, which have been called like the best biscuits in the world, they're amazing.
Insane.
The honey butter, oh my God.
Yeah.
So you have Tenderonis, kind of Italian, Americanish, amazing pizza.
you.
Then you have this, and you have Fool's Errand,
Yep.
kind of grown-up snacks and drinks. Then over at High Street Place,
Yes.
you have Dive Bar, which in my mind serves the best lobster roll in Boston.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's like a
It's-
brown butter cherry lobster roll.
It's so good.
Thank you.
And Bubble Bath,
Yes.
which is so much fun. Champagne.
It's a wine bar featuring champagne.
All right, well, I would love to do some cooking with you. I know
Yeah.
we were going to do that today.
Yes,
All right,
I'm ready.
cool.
I have a little
Okay.
trick up my sleeve.
Okay.
Come on over.
This is Fool's Errand.
Fool's Errand. It's a cocktail and wine bar.
Okay.
I really fell in love with bars in Europe where you
Right.
would go and kind of stand up,
Right.
have a glass of wine,
Yeah.
have a snack. We're gonna make gnocchi with Taleggio Fonduta and a
nice.
Salsa
Oh
Verde.
my God.
So,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
So
Okay.
we're gonna start with the Taleggio Fonduta. That's
Okay.
kind of the easiest thing to just like let sit. It's gonna be like a creamy cheese sauce. So we're just gonna start with heat on kind of medium low. This is not something that you want to try and make in a hurry. While it's melting, you want to go ahead and dump the onions in first. We're going to start with the onions. We're not going to add the garlic until the end. I see a lot of recipes and I
Yeah.
talk to a lot of people that are like onions and garlic.
Right, at
Onions
the
and
same
garlic,
time.
like they're twins.
Right.
They're not. So these are starting to sweat. Onions are going. If you want to go ahead and throw the garlic in.
Okay.
This is 2 tablespoons.
Okay.
So our garlic and onions are cooking down. If
Nice.
you want to just splash that wine in there.
Oh, it smells so good. I can,
It's just
already.
dry white. Add the flour to
Okay.
that mixture. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit.
Oh.
Obviously, when we're making the base of the fonduta, which is a roux.
Now,
You
adding
want to go
some
ahead
liquid.
and add in your liquid.
Okay.
So you can add about half of that.
Yeah.
We're going to take it slow.
Oh,
Okay, so
beautiful.
we're just going to let that cook
Okay.
out a little bit. Now we're going to add cheese.
Taleggio.
Taleggio.
So that cheese is just gonna like yield into the roux, right? It's, all
I'm gonna
right.
Throw the Parmesan in on top.
Okay.
So the Parmesan acts just like a little counter, little salt. Okay, so we're just making sure that everything is really nice and hot. To take this, we're gonna throw it in the blender.
Okay.
Okay,
It smells really good.
doesn't it? Mm-hmm. So I'm just gonna put this in the back. We don't need it for now. We'll
Okay.
heat it up a little bit later. So really simple salsa verde with some shallots. This is champagne vinegar. Champagne vinegar is my workhorse. I use
Yeah.
it with everything.
Yeah.
Honey.
Okay.
If you want to add one, just microplane, like, I would do like half of that.
Okay.
Garlic. I'm gonna take a little bit of these capers. I'm gonna put about a tablespoon in. I don't want too many
Okay.
capers in there.
All
so
right.
I'm gonna leave some of those back in the bowl. If you wanna put about a tablespoon of olive oil in there.
Okay.
This
Okay,
is our
now-
house-made chili oil.
Oh, nice.
So-
So this is
It's actually our pizza oil at Tenderonis. So it's tons
garlic
of
in it?
Yep. Garlic. It has tons of fennel seed in it.
how much of this? I mean,
You're good there.
okay.
So I'm just gonna shift it onto parsley.
I'm watching your technique because I think that process of learning how to pull your fingers back while you're moving the knife forward, it takes practice.
It takes losing a couple fingers and then you get onto it real quick. So go ahead and throw it in. Yep.
Okay.
Chives for me, kind of similar vibe. I love chives.
I do too. Getting them so perfectly even, it's just a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things. Guess what time it is?
It's time for gnocchi!
It's gnocchi time! All right, on to the gnocchi.
So these are beautifully roasted and they've lost moisture.
Exactly.
Okay.
So first thing we're gonna do is just throw a little bit of flour down on the board.
Okay.
Let's actually crack our eggs first before we get too far into this. And everyone forgive me for using my hands and not saving my whites. We're all gonna be fine.
Yeah. How many yolks?
I use 1 yolk per pound of potato typically.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Oh, so this is a food mill and it just pushes the flesh down through.
You
So
can
you're
also
squeezing-
use a food press, like a potato press that you would use for mashed potatoes, no problem. And these are Yukon Golds.
Okay.
Gnocchi is one of those things you kind of have to be a little bit fussy with.
Right, right.
You have to be particular about like the temperature and like, the amount of eggs and flour. And I can say this many eggs, but we're gonna feel out the like moisture content of the potatoes and kind of go from there.
So there's a blade in there and it's pushing the potatoes down and there's a little grater disc. They're going through there.
And that's it. So we're making a little amount today. So
Okay.
we don't, like, if you're making for the restaurant, we're making like a whole, like, it would take a while. So I just want to make a little bit. We're just going to put a little bit more flour on top.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever made a batch of gnocchi this small. I'm going to use like 1 yolk, legitimately.
How ambitious is your cooking at home when you're like cooking?
0 hot dogs in the microwave.
Yeah, totally. That's
0.
the truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So the key with this is I want to incorporate using as little flour as possible, but you still do need flour. So the idea is not to use 0 flour. Okay, so at this point, this is great. I'm gonna add a little bit of Parmesan to it. So.
Parmesan and gnocchi, it's such a good idea.
Well, the theme today is cheese. So
Right.
who are we to argue? And now I wanna actually kind of knead it just a little bit. But you wanna save all the kneading until the end.
Okay.
Nobody wants to be too needy.
So you're kind of bringing it together, basically.
Yes, I want a legitimate dough. And so we'll start with 1 piece. Don't get overly ambitious. A little bit more flour. And I'm gonna start to just slowly roll from the middle and just make this really consistent from the middle all the way out to the end. You don't need like perfect pieces of gnocchi. A little bit more flour on top. Just get rid of that 1 piece. And then from here, I'm gonna do the first one. Little pillows. All right, ready?
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
let's do it. Let's do this for you.
Yeah.
And I'll give you half.
Okay.
There you go.
Don't-
Do what feels manageable. You don't have anyone screaming at you that service starts at 6. So. Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, so you're kind of giving it enough force to create that little pillow effect, right?
Yep. Yes! This is not your first gnocchi.
No, I've
Okay.
made them before. All right, we've got all the elements.
Yes. Fonduta's done, that's warming right now. We're gonna put the gnocchi into the hot tub and then we're gonna finish with the salsa verde.
So good.
Okay.
Oh, so excited. All right.
So all the kids in the hot tub.
So yeah, you don't want to like smush them all in the water.
You've done all this work to make sure that they're lovely.
And how long do these take to cook?
About 1.5 minutes. They'll
Okay.
tell you when they're done. They'll start to float up. So
Okay, so in this pan.
just fused butter. So water and butter together. And a little Parmesan and salt, and that's it. So ready to go. I'm gonna put that in here. Get all the guys out of the hot tub. And that's what you want. You want that bubbly, like beautiful butter. I'm gonna finish it with a little bit of Parmesan.
Okay.
And that's what I want. I want it to come together. You see that butter sauce? It's like really, it's really beautiful and easy, right? So I'm just gonna leave this on the side for a second. I'm gonna add a little pepper directly to the gnocchi because I want it to kind of coat the gnocchi, add a little bit of spice with that salsa verde, but I'm not really gonna use that Verde fuso on the plate much, so.
Okay.
I want to pick this up out of the Verde fuso and really get a lot of that off of it because it's rich enough with the fonduta.
God, that's so pretty. The sauce almost has like a pastry cream appearance.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of what it reminded me of.
You're not wrong. Looks like scallops.
Yeah, it does. I love seeing how chefs plate. I always get ideas. It's amazing to see.
Fruits of our labor?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh my God. Oh, this is so exciting. Is the anticipation better than the actual bite?
Is the day before vacation better than the vacation?
It's the bite. Wish you could come through the lens. Amazing.
Team Allium.
Is so good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. It's so lovely having you here.
Oh my God. This is now seared into my memory. It's a thrill to cook with you. I admire you so much.
It's nice from one woman to another that's still in the game.
Yeah, it's true.
Keep on keeping
Survivors.
on. Yeah. Barely.